it's the doomer generation. And honestly, I'm cool with it, because when I wake up, I get 20 notifications about 30 different reasons why I'll never be able to afford a home. I look around, see my computer science degree all framed up, about to turn into an art piece because of AI. Then we're in a loneliness epidemic, but these gas prices and these heat waves collaborating to keep me indoors. And they say it's not going to get any better. So...
What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the now 8-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo Band of Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely California. And right now, you're tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that is funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we jump into the topic today, help your boys out. Come on now. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with somebody who likes to go shopping.
I see.
You know anybody in your life, Jericho, who likes to shop?
Maybe.
Who maybe gets things delivered?
Maybe.
From Amazon every
Maybe.
day?
There's a possibility that I know someone. You said close to home, and that was apropos. So.
Well, shopping might sound fun, but there's something called doom spending. I'm going to tell you what that is. I'm going to tell you what causes it. And I'm going to tell you how you can avoid it, because it's a negative thing. But you got to stick to the end to find all of that out. All right. Mm-hmm. So, Jericho, have you heard of the term doom spending?
I'm going to guess what it is. It's where you spend so much that you open up your banking app, and then there's just a picture of Dr. Doom laughing at you.
Huh? So doom spending refers to a phenomenon that occurs when people spend money to cope with stress, despite economic and geopolitical concerns.
Bankrate data found more than half of Americans are in debt, and doom spending might be to blame, with 38% saying they'd go into debt for fun.
So obviously we are in a tough time right now. Inflation is through the roof. There's a lot going on in the world, wars in various places. There's a poll that was done that said that 96% of people are concerned about the economy. So that's a whole lot of people, pretty much everybody.
It's understandable.
Yet, with that in mind, 27% are doing this doom spending. So they are just still spending frivolously to a certain extent, and it's affecting different generations. Mm-hmm. So 43% of millennials, they say, are doing this doom spending, and 35% of Gen Z are doing it. And basically, the concept is just like, well, it's almost like a defeatist kind of thing, where it's just like, I'm never going to really, all these aspirations that I have financially are never going to happen. So I'm just going to enjoy life.
Oh, it's the doomer generation. And honestly, I'm cool with it, because when I wake up, I get 20 notifications about 30 different reasons why I'll never be able to afford a home. I look around, see my computer science degree all framed up, about to turn into an art piece because of AI. Then we're in a loneliness epidemic, but these gas prices and these heat waves collaborating to keep me indoors. And they say it's not going to get any better. So,
as a millennial yourself, that's the category we fall into. What do you think about this doom spending? Have you had doom spending thoughts? Do you think people in your life are doom spending, or do they just like things that smell good?
We've been collecting all of the little Harry Potter baby stuff because we're a Harry Potter family. So freaking cute.
Not talking about anyone in particular. I'm just,
No. Side effects include doom spending thoughts, early discharge. No. I understand the concept. I'm more curious when that. I feel like that's always been a thing, but that term is.
Yeah.
Sure. Give it something that has a ring to it.
It's a shock value of a term.
People that have bought things like a boat because they said, F it, I'll just buy a boat. And they sure couldn't afford a boat, but now they have a boat.
Here with his tailgating tips is a guy who just bought a boat.
It's a weird phenomenon, but it's almost like a temporary solution to a permanent problem. So I'm in debt and I feel really bad about it. And I really can't get the things that I want. And I don't see myself being able to sustain something long-term. YOLO, and then just go buy stuff.
Yeah.
But
even that phrase is I think that's kind of permeated, because that's the Gen Z millennial phrase. YOLO, you only live once.
This is a Coca-Cola YOLO, not YOLO. No one has said that in like 8 years. A yo-yo.
I get it, even though it doesn't make sense, because I'm sure I've been in spots where I'm like, well, I could just buy. I do remember telling somebody once, I may or may not have been drunk, but I told somebody once that I either want to eat like the best food or like the worst food. Like I didn't want anything in between. It was something weird like that. So I'm going to take my money, go buy a really nice meal, and then just eat peanut butter sandwiches for the next month, and then get the next check, and then YOLO.
Ed, can you play YOLO to Jessica?
YOLO, Jessica.
I think some people do, because you get the story, you get the high, you get the dopamine, and then you get the taste, of course, of the great thing that you can look forward to.
It's like a little treat, like to like reward myself for like either like some like hard schoolwork, or just sometimes it just serves as a distraction from like what's going on like around me.
Whereas the more practical way to approach finances in general isn't glamorous. You're not really doing anything too extreme, right? You're just kind of all level here, and that's not fun. And no one likes that. So they'd rather do the other thing. So it doesn't make any sense if you think about it, but I've been there and I understand why people do it.
Just want to spend money. I just really want to spend so much money.
Well, here's some other causes. There's some that I saw online, and some that I just kind of made up. I mean, not made up, but just from my observations, I think this is what causes it. So it's 5 different things that I found. One that I think is a part of it is just, at least just speaking as millennials, and I know other generations have gone through different things, but I feel like millennials in particular, because it was just interesting to me to see how their numbers, the millennial numbers, are higher than the Gen Z numbers. And maybe it's just, that's because we just have more money to spend. But I think it also might be related just to the life events and life experiences we've had. And so I think one of the first times I was like really conscious about money and the future and like life was 9/11, which is something that Gen Z isn't really familiar with. And I remember like stuff like being able to just walk on a plane and you can just carry whatever and dress however, like, and then all of a sudden things changing, and then gas prices going crazy, and the housing crash like 2008, 2009. And I'm sure more has happened in between then, but you also have like COVID, and then the inflation. So there's that.
Hi, I'm 28 years old, married with kids, and we're moving in with my parents. And thank you so much to inflation for sponsoring today's video. Another
thing that I think contributes to this is the good old student loans, man. So I thank God like every day that he made me kind of smart, because I got an academic scholarship, and that helped out tremendously. Because when I see people talk about student loans, it's like their whole body changes.
Yeah.
And they just like, you can see the desperation in their eyes. It's like, this is never going to end.
Do you have student loan debt? Yes. Can I ask you how much student loan debt you have? 20K, I think.
A third thing I think is the job instability coupled with rising prices. So I mean, obviously inflation has just gone bananas, but again, it's just like back in the day, the path that they laid out for you, millennials. I don't know if they do the same with Gen Z. I don't know, but everything you see is just like, go to school, get a job, work there for 40, 50 years, retire. Like, yeah.
It just doesn't quite work like that anymore.
Yeah, and then we were just like, yo, either no one was hiring me, or like budget cuts. We got to let you go, or like it's just always. And then you're going from job to job to job, and it's like, where's the loyalty, the stability? And then as you're losing jobs and losing money, your landlord's like, hey, rent is twice as much now, and you're like, what?
Yep.
$10.46 for this little bit of piece of chicken.
Did you not see that?
No. $10.46 for a handful of chicken bites. That's stupid.
Next one is like the social media era. And
you gotta live it up. You gotta look like you're doing good.
The whole FOMO, fear of missing out. Like Becky's on a private jet. I want to be on a private jet. I don't want to wait until I'm 75 to do it. I got the money now. Screw retirement.
Right. That's exactly what happens a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that, and then the last one is just financial literacy in general, and just like a long-term perspective. Just more people just living in the moment, and or they just don't know. They still don't know how to handle money, which is just. This is why I want to say this for last, because I was just going to get on my soapbox. Like, this is literally the easiest time ever in the history of mankind to like learn something, and or make money. Like, it's all out there. It's all out there on the internet, and a lot of it is free. A lot of stuff that I've learned more stuff for free on the internet than I did paying for it in college.
Right.
So that says a lot.
Learn stuff, and then what you know will get you a job. That's straightforward.
Yeah. So doom spending, man.
I mean,
it's a thing.
Yes. So the question is, have I ever done that for chicken? I feel like probably. Meaning, if the chicken was like $7.99, I had $9, but I had something else to pay for. That was also $7.99. I'm not sure what. Yeah, I probably picked the chicken. And live with the consequences with the happiness in my heart.
Ooh, it's right. Oh my gosh! Y'all gotta chill. Y'all crazy back there. They know what they did.
Not to condemn anybody. I feel like I've definitely done it. There's definitely things where we're like, I can't afford this, but I'm going to buy it anyway. I think that's kind of like the phrase that comes to mind when I think of like doom spending.
Especially if you can pay it off later. You know, I've heard people that have $300,000, $400,000 worth of credit card debt. I don't know how you keep getting approved, but like that's wild to me. Yeah. And then it feels painful. Like, oh, just that idea. And for them, it's like, well, I don't have to pay yet. So
I have $30,000 in credit card debt. When they call, I tell them I can't pay it back yet.
All right. So real quick, before we end it, 5 things you can do to stop or cut back on your doom spending. 1, use a budget, right? So to say, hey, I'm gonna spend this much and that's going to be it because I only got this much coming in. And then boom, there you go. Nice. Number 2, addressing the underlying emotions. Some people just shop just because like they broke up with their boyfriend or had a bad day at work and that just makes them feel better. And then, but there's other things that you can do that aren't as harmful to your finances.
Whenever I am shopping and I'm bringing home new things, I just feel good about it.
No!
Number 3, develop more healthier coping mechanisms. Okay. And then number 4, another thing that's just a cool thing of just the time that we live in is that you can automate certain positive behaviors. So you can automate your checking account or whatever so that it takes a certain amount out of every check and puts it into a savings, so that you don't have to physically do that and just kind of feel that anxiousness, I guess, about doing something like that.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And the last thing, again, hitting home, sorry to get so personal, just finding low-cost things to do. Ladies.
I just really want to spend so much money.
I don't understand the whole, if there's an option for a higher priced version of something and a lower priced version, even if they do the same thing, They want the higher price one because it's cute.
And I'm gonna make them these little baskets. So I got these little socks to go in her daughter's basket. They're so cute.
I guess. Okay. Gotta live with that. That yes, accurate.
Find some alternatives, man. There's cheap things to do that are as equally as fun.
Yeah, like taking a walk outside.
Yeah.
Every day. Just take a walk. It's good for your health too, so beneficial and free. That's two things.
Two things. Oh, two things appearance. There he is. Well, that's it. Doom spending. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you doom spend? Tell on yourself. Get up in the comments and just tell on yourself.
They know what they did. They know what they did for sure.
Do you have anything left in your retirement? All right. Let us know. And don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. That helps us out. And if you doom spend, I don't know.
I think you're doomed. That's what I would say.
There you go. Bye.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs!